Did you know cinnamon has three great functions in the garden? Cinnamon has been used in the garden for hundreds of years. It is a natural pesticide, herbicide, and rooting agent. And today we're going to talk about all three of them, and I'm going to show you some handy ways to use it in the garden. So every now and then we all have pest issues in the garden. And I, for one, have had a lot of issues with fungus gnats when starting seeds, and they're kind of annoying. So when you're starting your seeds, you can actually sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon on top of the grow medium you're choosing to use, and it will actually help repel fungus gnats. And in the process of repelling the fungus gnats, you'll also be killing their food source because cinnamon is a natural fungicide, which is what the fungus gnats are after, is a fungus that is growing inside of your potting mix. So another garden pest that we all seem to have issues with at some point in time is, of course, the ant. Now, you have them in the house and you can have them out in the garden. What's great about cinnamon is you can use it in both applications. You can sprinkle it around, it's not going to hurt anybody in the house, and you can sprinkle it in the garden and it's not going to hurt anything out there. And another great thing about cinnamon is the fact that you have other options besides just sprinkling powder everywhere. You can even get it in an oil and use cinnamon essential oil around the house as an organic way of getting rid of ants. Same thing out in the garden. You can give a little mist out there. You may do it after dark just so that way you don't end up burning any of your plants with the oils, but it would still work effectively. And it doesn't really harm them. Just the smell of it repels them, so you wouldn't be harming beneficial insects either. So we all know that rooting hormone can get a little on the expensive side, and we're always looking for something we can do at the house to remove some of the, in between of buying products from the store, or also keep trying to stay as naturally organic as possible. That's where cinnamon comes in. So if you're trying to do a propagation of your plants instead of buying a rooting hormone, you can dip the cutting of the plant into cinnamon and it will work as a natural rooting agent. You can also sprinkle it around the dirt. I've mixed it with water to help boost root growth on plants that are kind of struggling, especially my aloe vera. It seems to help aloe vera a lot. And back to seed starting, of course, you can go ahead, roll your seeds in cinnamon, and it will help with germination. There's a lot of different compounds that break down, which helps express better root growth and the plant, and it also removes a lot of the funguses. So you're essentially sanitizing the soil as you're planting the seeds because the seed cell is wrapped in cinnamon. And with all the great things that cinnamon can do, what would be a bad thing about it? So the only plants that I can really find that you should not use cinnamon on is, of course, tomatoes and garden cress. Now with the tomatoes, I'm assuming that with tomatoes being a nightshade that you're probably going to want to keep cinnamon away from most nightshades just in general, just safe practice. And if you know anything about garden cress, let me know in the comments below. I've never really messed with it, so I wouldn't know if cinnamon actually affects it or not. But if you know anything about it, let me know in the comments. So if you want a cheap and useful alternative to pesticides, fungicides, and root growing hormones, give cinnamon a try. And if you've ever tried cinnamon in the garden, go ahead and let us know in the comments below. And if you like this one, go ahead and check out this one. You might like it as well. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can see all the upcoming videos for our 2025 grow season, where I'll be doing all sorts of different experiments in the garden.